All right.
So happy to have you here, Juan. You just attended the panel. What are your impressions from it?
Oh, it was an amazing panel when you bring together talent like that actually understands the intersection of AI and crypto, which is pretty rare, right? There's a lot of people out in the space like trying to build AI projects in crypto that don't actually understand AI. So this was a really interesting conversation on some of the nuances that need to be solved in the space.
Yeah. How would you explain why AI needs decentralization?
A lot of it comes down to both privacy as well as the economics at work. So from a privacy perspective, most users have started using AI and they don't even realize that basically they're giving away all this very personal information in their prompts.
Yeah.
And so decentralized technology is perfect for keeping all of that data, and that's really a lot of what we're doing at SuperNet, and giving you the power to choose when you share that. So, not having to do things like always give the LLMs your data and be logged in and build up data there, but instead keep it yourself and when to share it out. The other thing is the economics. So you look at agent workflows, you're going to have autonomous agents working on your behalf, and of course, fiat payments and credit cards don't work for that. So you need crypto to give them a way to be able to, transact autonomously.
What do you do in SuperNet to achieve all of these things?
To achieve all of that? Yeah. So we're building an L1 that's optimized for portable AI context. And so for a user, that means being able to keep your personal data that makes the LLM personalized and more powerful on your own and on your terms decide when you share it with new AI applications. Whether that's sharing it with an LLM, so you get a very personalized experience, or if you're working on a business, so it has all of your business context when you're talking about it, or whether that means going to another site or agent on the internet, like even an e-commerce site, and saying, look, I want a better experience, I wanted to know who I am, how old I am, all these things, so immediately I see the products that I am more interested in.
Yeah.
All of those things should be in your control, and that's why we're building SuperNet.
Nice. I have some questions about your company and what do you do.
Sure.
Let's go through them.
Sure.
So SuperNet combines AI and decentralization through self-operating intelligent nodes.
Okay.
How do these nodes contribute to network resilience, optimization, and fault recovery compared to traditional networks?
So I think you may have been reading some of the stuff that was originally on our website.
Okay.
Prior to talking this week, we weren't talking about AI context. We were just at a very high level talking about AI and crypto. So our website was not that specific.
Okay.
But we're now actually talking about a different, both combination proof of work and proof of context for the nodes and the validators. So it's pretty unique, and it's not exactly what was discussed then because we weren't being public about it. But essentially what's very different about what we're doing is that the important part of our chain and kind of the business around it is the reads of the data. And so if you look at most blockchains, reading data is all open and free. But that's not something you want with very personal data. So we've created a chain where it's encrypted and you can actually do transactions or monetization around the reads. And we call that proof of context.
Okay.
So you can have a third party that you decide, I'm going to let them read my data, but I may charge for it, right?
Yes.
Or you may say, no, this is just valuable to me that they have my data, so I will do a free transaction for them to have it.
Yeah.
And so that proof of context is actually the work that the validators are doing. So it's a bit different than we had initially stated on the site.
Understood. Okay. I love this change of the narrative, and I love the proof of context thing. Do you think that more blockchains will join this idea of proof of context? Because I think that the space should have some competition, right?
Well, I mean, there's going to be an economic need for it, and there's going to be a user and developer need for it, but the problem is it's a pretty difficult structural shift for most existing blockchains, right? So it would take a pretty major upgrade and a fork in a lot of cases to do it, so I don't know how easy it would be to do it.
Okay. Do you think that traditional AI companies will jump into decentralization, or real decentralized AI projects will come from crypto worlds? Like, how do you see this?
Yeah, I think it's mostly going to be coming from the crypto world,
Okay.
right? Because they're dealing with such significant problems and growth that I don't think it's top on their radar.
Yeah.
But actually, what part of our mission is to create SDKs and APIs that are super easy to integrate in the Web 2 AI,
Okay.
as well as make it possible for users to use our tech without Web 2 AI even needing to have an integration. So I'll give you an example in that we have a browser extension we're building where you could use an LLM like ChatGPT or Claude, and we can inject more context into the prompt that you sent. So it's all about making it frictionless, right?
Yeah.
How do we bring the decentralized text so you can use these other applications and they don't even have to do much? Or like our SDK, it's a Web 2 company putting in a few lines of code, and all of a sudden they have access to ask for more data. They don't even have to know it's decentralized.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
perfect. I think
Yeah.
that's what is needed for crypto projects
Absolutely.
right now, right?
Yeah.
They're building solutions for traditional businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I come from decades building Web 2 consumer and media tech. So there, it's all about making it frictionless. I mean, I worked on Apple products back in the day when we were trying to get users to use MP3s, right? And it's like, how do you make it frictionless? That was the job. So we're trying to do the same thing around context with AI. Make it frictionless for the user to keep their data private and share it when they want to, and when it's going to make the experience better.
Nice. You work on iPods? No?
I did.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's huge. I remember it was a big thing.
It was a very big thing. So I worked for one of the most famous design and engineering firms in the Silicon Valley, IDEO, that has a long history of working with Apple going back to the very first Apple mouse.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's huge. And what about SuperNet? At what stage the project is right now? What products are launched already?
Yeah, so we're still building.
Yeah.
We should have DevNet in about 4 to 6 weeks. And so it's still very early. This is actually the first time that we're actually talking about what we're doing.
Wow.
So, we had the website that was very vague before, and now today we're coming out and we're talking about what we're doing now.
Where can users and community can get updated information about SuperNet?
Yeah, so they can go to the website supernet.xyz. And they can look for SuperNet _AI on Twitter also.
Awesome. That's perfect. Thank you very much for
All
the
right.
interview.
Thank
It
you.
was great.